Well, hello, Terry and Tori and you chocolate oranges. Holy crap, I should have brushed this out this morning. She's a little bunched up. So I want to have a talk about brokers, freight brokers, customs brokers, and just dumb brokers in general. This one's about a freight broker. I'm hauling a load of lumber. I'm taking that down to Indiana, southern Indiana, right on the Kentucky border. And then I got to reload out of West Virginia, going back to the coal mine in British Columbia. So, big rush for me to have this load picked up before noon on Friday. I was at home in bed. I'd done my Christmas with the kids the day before. So yeah, I celebrate my Christmas when it's convenient around my work schedule this year. Most years we do it on Christmas Day, but this year we did it a little early so that I could get back out here and work. But so I had done my Christmas on Thursday. I get the call 9 a.m. on Friday. Hey, get your butt in here. We need you to load before 11 a.m. I only live 15 minutes from the office, and I keep my truck parked there. So got up, got dressed, went to work. Got my load picked up, brought it back to the yard. I had to use a company truck to pick it up because my truck was in getting serviced. And went home, came in at 5, hopped in my truck, pinned onto the trailer, did another pre-trip just because it's good measure, and took off. Woke up yesterday at noon because I didn't park until 1 in the morning. Well, damn near 2. So woke up at noon and called my dispatch looking for my border manifest. He went on the system to try to generate it. We never got the paperwork for this load. They want me to be delivering Monday morning in southern Indiana. And they didn't send us the paperwork. They decided to go to their Christmas party instead. They had the paperwork by 10:45 in the morning to generate my customs clearance. I scanned it, I emailed it in as soon as I had it in my hand. But the broker decided to go and have eggnog and ham instead of doing their job. So now I'm in Winnipeg, good chunk away from home. Fortunately, I have family here. My wife's family's from here. So I got here last night, which was Saturday. Today's Sunday. I'm hanging out. I'll get my paperwork Monday morning, hopefully Monday morning. And then I'll boogie across the border, get down to where I got to deliver. But I'm not going to get there till Tuesday, whereas I was going to be there Monday morning to deliver. This throws my whole plan off by a day. Pretty frustrating. And I guarantee because of the holiday, I am going to have some dumb prick in some position of power say, oh, we're not paying for that, it's the holiday season. Well, you know what, fuck you and fuck your holiday, you're screwing up mine. So, yeah, somebody's going to have to come to the table with some money on this mistake. Because not only is this mistake going to mess up me getting down there and getting delivered and getting to West Virginia and getting reloaded, when I get to West Virginia, it's going to be damn near Christmas Day. I don't know if they work Christmas Eve. I don't know what their work schedule is at all. But I want to get loaded and I want to be rolling on Christmas Day. I don't want to be sitting twiddling my thumbs on Christmas Day. That's lost revenue and time away from my family. So, all the funds of being a cross-border trucker in today's world with all these brokers that want to take a ton of money off the top and not put the effort into the work. So anybody that hauls lumber within Canada will tell you it doesn't even pay your fuel. Lumber is cheap freight, and there's nothing you can do about that. But there is times you need to grab a load of lumber to get you to another place to load. My load on the other end pays phenomenally. This load, I have no clue what it pays because they're paying tonnage, and nobody's given me the numbers on that yet. the dispatcher that booked this and the dispatcher I was handling are two different people. So I gotta get with the dispatcher that booked this Monday and find out what the rate is on this, because I'd really like to know. I want to know if I'm hauling free freight or what. Like, it pays enough that I could come down empty, grab the other load, and go back. So I'm not really worried about what this load pays, but I got accounting to keep track of, and I like to know what I'm making. Fortunately, this is not a tarp load. If it was a tarp load, well, I wouldn't touch it unless I knew exactly what I was making, because I don't tarp for free. At least I try not to. But, yeah, so guys, let me know what you do. Let me how frustrated you guys get with these brokers where they take a piece of the pie, but they don't provide anything but a contact between you and the load. The broker should add value to a shipment. A lot of them are just taking the value out of the shipment, making it very expensive for people to ship stuff anywhere, but also making it very hard for a trucker to be able to pay for anything. Oh, and for my American friends, this is an LCV. That is two 53-foot trailers with a dolly in between. They run all over Western Canada. They run out in Eastern Canada, and they run the 401 through Ontario. Australia is not the only ones that pull long configuration. Look, there's another one about the same. Also works for delayed and lost. They're quite common out here. All that is a driver taking a job from another driver to make an extra 8 cents a mile. There's no money in that. Oh, and they're only supposed to do 55 mile an hour. A lot of them truck on a lot faster than that, but they're only supposed to do 55. They do haul quite a bit of weight. They get pretty close to Super B weights on there. So yeah, it is a driver taking a driver from another person, or taking a job from another person and not being compensated adequately for it. I think it should be made illegal for that one reason, because you get a lot of people that are new to the nation pulling that stuff and hitting the ditch and cutting other trucks off and causing all kinds of havoc on the road that doesn't need to happen, because they're not qualified to do the job that they're doing. So, yeah, I was sailing across the one last night. I got out by Portage La Prairie. Everybody knows the curve in the highway in Portage, especially when you're going eastbound, getting out by the Flying J there. I had 2 new Canadians in front of me that were doing 55 kilometers an hour in 110 zone. That's ridiculous. There was no reason for it. Bare pavement. Wasn't even snow covered like this. It looked like summertime. Dry as can be. I am 78,000. Oh God, where's my scale ticket? I got a scale ticket for a change. I am 78,462 pounds right now. I'm a fat prick. I'm damn near U.S. legal weights. I throw a fat chick in the pasture seat, I'll be overweight. But they were hauling dry box, tandem axle dry box. Given the part of the country they were in, I don't think they had much on for weight. Didn't matter, it wasn't windy. There was no reason for them to be going slow. I had to grab the hammer lane and go around them. Just so you know, in miles, they were doing about 35 mile an hour in a 70 mile an hour zone. That's pretty friggin' stupid. Anybody can agree with that. But it was dark. And I find with a lot of new Canadian drivers, they're solar powered. The sun goes down, they don't want to drive. Or they can't drive. Or they're afraid. Or whatever. Those are not people we need on the road. We'll have another Humboldt accident where a trucker's going to kill a whole bunch of kids on a school bus, like what happened in Humboldt. Government really needs to step up their game on who they allow to drive these trucks, and companies need to be better at not hiring unqualified individuals, and if they do hire unqualified individuals, train them. Teach them to drive, teach them to be safe. Put them in an environment with somebody that is qualified to bring them up to speed so that they can be safe operators. We all have a responsibility in this industry, and we all need to take it very seriously. My responsibility is to be the asshole. I make that very clear in all my videos. But not only am I an asshole, I am a safe and qualified operator. My equipment is always in safe operational condition. All my straps on my load are inspected every time I roll them up. They're inspected while I do my pre-trips visually while they're over the load. I tug test them. I stop about every 4 hours to take a piss. I do a walk around. I kick my tires, gotta free the balls from my leg. I tug my straps, I listen for air leaks, I check my lights. I stay up on my truck throughout the day. If I have a problem, that prick doesn't move until it's resolved. I don't drive dangerous equipment. But I see a lot of other idiots that can't be bothered to lift their hood in the morning. Can't be bothered to kick their tires. Can't be bothered to put an air gauge on their tires. Hell, a lot of them don't even know how to top up their own windshield washer fluid, and I've seen guys down south pull into the TA service center to get a friggin' wiper blade changed because they can't do it themselves. Well, what business do you have being in the truck if you don't have a toolbox and know how to use it? Fucking walk. This isn't a car. This is an important piece of machinery. It is a very dangerous piece of machinery, and you should have some basic knowledge on how it works. I'm not saying that you need to be a full-blown mechanic, but you need to be able to change a hose clamp. You need to be able to change a hose. You need to be able to do minor electrical repairs to keep your lights working. You need to know how to change a glad hand and top up all your fluids and know not to overfill your oil and all that other nonsense. Change your wiper blades and keep your windows clean and listen for air leaks, and should have a stash of brass in your truck and some extra air line in case you've got an air leak. You can fix it yourself, because it takes you 5 minutes to fix it, but it can take you 8 hours to get a shop to do it, just to get you in and all that other stuff. Whereas all you need is a pair of clippers, a couple wrenches, and you're back on the go again with some new brass. Easy as that. Save yourself hundreds of dollars, $1,000 sometimes. I've pulled rads out of trucks on the side of the road. I've rebuilt my engine in Box Canyon. Guys, learn the skills. Learn to take care of your equipment. Be professional. Be proud. Look good doing it. Look at this. I'm one sexy motherfucking redneck. I got the good plaid on. We can thank my wife and my mother. They got me plaid shirts for Christmas because all my flannels got stolen out of the back of my wife's Jeep last year, which was friggin' heartbreaking, but they're replaced now, so I'm happy. Yes, I'm a true Canadian. I like my flannel. Feels good. Looks good. This is called redneck chic. Fuck your tuxedo. I look better in my office. But yeah, boys, girls, people that call themselves truck drivers, build your skills, learn to maintain your equipment, don't drive dangerously, don't drive broken equipment, don't haul cheap freight, and if you do end up hauling freight that don't pay great, don't put up with any BS from a broker. If your company's going to book stupid freight, they need to not do that. And if they're going to keep doing that, you need to eventually tell them, sorry, I got a beard hair stuck on my flannel and it's driving me nuts. There we go. I got rid of it. If they're going to book you stupid freight, you're going to need to have a talk with them. Because nobody needs to haul that stuff. And brokers are going to keep doing this to everybody if people keep hauling it. There's a time where you got to tell them to fuck themselves. Delayed and Lost, Bison, big companies like that, they can haul cheap freight. They can haul all of it. They're all going broke anyways. They can't afford the carbon tax, and they're hiring the lowest quality drivers on the road. They are the Canadian Swifts and Knights and whatnot. But they're hiring the worst of the worst and putting them out here with us, and let them haul the cheap stuff. You don't need to. I don't want to be competing with them. Gold Freight or Bison, I don't want to be competing with them. They're not on my level. They don't have a driver in their fleet that's on my level, and these are big fleets. So be better than that. Do better than that, because I guarantee there's not one of them cunts that pops their hood in the morning. I've never seen a Bison hood open. I've been at this 19 years. Bison's been at this longer than I have. I'm in their hometown. I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba right now. I'm actually at the Flying J in Headingley, which is... It's fucking Winnipeg. I don't care. It's just the west side. But this lot gets full of their trucks every day. They're in and out of here fueling. Light speeds in and out of here fueling. You see their guys parked up here for their resets and other reasons and whatnot. I have never seen anybody else in this truck stop in my 19 years driving lift their hood unless they have a mechanical issue. I'm not even driving today. I got here last night. I'm sitting here doing nothing. I ran my bunk heater last night, my Webasto. Before I started my engine this morning, I lifted my hood. I checked my oil. I've never had to put a drop of oil in this cunt. I've had this thing for 120,000 kilometers already. Never had to put a drop of oil in it. But I pull that stick every day. I also do my oil changes early, so that could be part of the reason why I've never burnt any. According to the owner's manual, I can go 120,000, so it'd be due for its first oil change. It's already had two, and it's coming up on its third. I change my oil every 40,000. I change my fuel filters every 40,000. I have a vacuum gauge for my air filter. I go based off of that for it. It's had one air filter. But the air filter wasn't replaced when I bought this truck, so I have no clue what the mileage was. But I'll tell you, them PACCAR air filters, they're spendy bastards. $300 for a friggin' air filter. Hell, my 379, I could buy both air filters for that and still go out and have a good time at the bar. Like, Jesus. Shit's getting expensive. That's why we gotta start charging these brokers and holding them accountable. Show you my load and my video, just because it's cold and snowing, and figure you pricks want to see that. So, with the warm weather comes nasty driving. Duck is filthy. Truck was cleaned before I took off. This is my no-tarp load of lumber. No one really gives a fuck about a load of lumber. I'm a little heavy on my drives. I gotta take some weight off before I cross the border. I'm gonna slide that front axle forward when I get to customs. That's gonna lighten me up a little bit on my drives and put me back into legal. And if I'm not quite legal, I got big fuel tanks. I'll run half tanks. I'll be good for weight. I'll get the freight there. This shit pays tonnage. I want every dime out of it that I can get. So I took the full load. I could have had a bundle taken off, which would have put me well under. But that's leaving money on the table. Know your job. Learn it. Nobody's going to teach you everything, so play with stuff, but do it safely. Talk to you old guys. Learn when to call bullshit on them. Learn when they're talking out of their ass, because a lot of them like to talk like they know something when they're fucking stupid. But then you get some guys that really know their stuff. Learn to tell the truth from the fiction. If somebody can give you an answer, they need to be able to back it up, and they can't just say, well, this is what I've always done. That's not good enough. Give me the reason why it works. Well, that's my rant. I'll probably make another one tonight. I don't know. Have a good one. Don't haul cheap freight. Don't put up with bullshit. Run safe equipment. Take care of your truck. Your truck is your livelihood. If you own it or not. If it's a fleet truck, if it's your truck, if it's your buddy's truck, take care of the damn thing, because all downtime does is cost you money. Alright, God bless. Remember, don't be an asshole. That's my job. Fuck off.